All right, welcome to Two Bros and Two Brews, hosted on No Bounds YouTube channel and hosted on Orbital website. This is your one-way stop to a multiverse entertainment outlet. We are just two bros and two brews. Whoa, hey, my bad.
Hey.
We are just two bros who just want to have a great conversation about anything that we have in our minds. Hit it.
Yeah, we have some topics prepared. By the way, I'm Connor. This is Robert. We're gonna be some reoccurring hosts on the show. We're gonna bring on some guests. We may switch out some. Just see what the schedule's like. But we're gonna try to do this as much as we can. Just a little housekeeping before we jump into the topics. Feel free to comment below what you thought. What we really want to do is engage a lot with the audience. So anything you can bring up or tell us or just have a conversation with us, that really helps us out, and it really, really kind of like makes the conversation bloom out a bit more. So yeah.
All right.
If you want to start with one of your topics, we can just move on and keep going from there.
Well, right now, you know what I need.
Let me in, man. What do you need? Need a hug, or you need a brew or something?
I need a brew. Okay. Today I just watched first time Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
Hang on. We're gonna do it like one of those Korean podcasts.
The ASMR, right?
Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I could even hear the sips.
Oh yeah. That's so tasty. Anyway.
All right, so I've seen it. I saw it a couple days before you did, or I saw it the day it came out.
Yeah.
And you just got around to seeing it. You kind of let it settle in.
Yeah, let the hype die down a little bit, but there were still a lot of people watching it.
No, I imagine. It's the biggest movie out right now. Yeah. I mean, I put out the review. Today's Saturday. I put out the review yesterday. I was doing the same thing. I was letting the hype die down, and then I was just kind of touch on the movie for a little bit. I kind of wanted to touch on some things I thought about the movie. I'm just gonna go ahead and throw this in here. I'm gonna throw out a spoiler warning. If you haven't seen the movie, which I really hope you have, I definitely think it's worth a watch. You should go see it. If you haven't seen the movie, please
just skip 30 minutes later. Whatever we have in our bio or description at the bottom. Just take a look. Don't
stop watching. Just skip forward a little bit. It's fine. Just keep on rolling with us. But go ahead. What did you think of the movie? What are your overall first initial reaction from seeing the movie?
Okay, so I just want to throw in something. Do you remember watching the first Iron Man?
The first Iron Man?
Yeah.
So funny thing you say, I remember exactly watching the first Iron Man. I walked into my local movie theater with my dad and my best friend and his dad, and I remember I had Gobstoppers, right?
Yeah.
And a Mountain Dew. And I was sitting there and I was like, this is going to be so cool. I am so excited for this. And it was amazing.
Yeah.
It was my first introductory into the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and I was absolutely thrilled.
Yeah, I was also thrilled too. That feeling when he actually first put on the Iron Man suit, with the red and the gold plating. It was just amazing.
They crafted such a great origin formula.
Yes.
And what they did, they used this formula and reverted back. They were okay, here's this origin formula that we have for all the Marvel Phase 1 movies.
Yeah.
Let's take all the best parts of those and try to merge something, make that into something Captain Marvel, but it still feels like a new movie.
Yeah. So that's how I feel about Iron Man. Iron Man, it was a great intro to the series, a great to start out the cinematic universe. But also, so there's one that would be top of my list for the Marvel movies.
Iron Man 1.
Iron Man 1.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So the next one to me, I would say Captain America: The Winter Soldier.
Winter Soldier, the second one.
The second one.
Okay.
I did like that one a lot. Better than the first Avenger.
Okay. I'm gonna be honest. The first Avenger does not rank high on my list.
Yeah. That's why I put the sequel.
It's too. I don't know. It feels kind of warlike to me for some reason, and at the time I was so used to a certain tone in Marvel movies that I wasn't really getting it out of the first Avenger. I would probably feel different if I would watch it right now.
Yeah.
But at the time of seeing it, and even watching it not that long ago before Infinity War, I think I gave it a small watch.
Yeah.
I still wasn't super crazy about it.
Yeah, me either. It's just, well, I was crazy about it because at that time when she's my wife now, but at a time when she was my girlfriend, I would say, America saves the day,
Oh, well, it's Captain America.
Yeah,
he's the first Avenger. He's the guy. He's the Superman of Like that's what people think as like the Superman of Marvel, like
Yeah.
Captain America.
And I remember in Korea, they didn't say Captain America. They on their title they say First Avenger. It didn't mention Captain America on their movie posters.
Yeah, I can see how that
Yeah,
probably get kind of fuzzy whenever you like translate it over to different countries.
It's just hilarious. I always like tell my wife, like, hey, you know, we saved the day. It's a great movie.
Captain Korea, the First Avenger, something like that. You know, they're like, hold on.
It's
This
like,
man stands for all nations. He stands for the good of people.
Yes.
You know, and that's all that matters.
Yeah. So there's that, and there's the Civil War one.
Yeah. Oh,
Love
Civil War is fantastic.
It was the best, and then Black Panther.
Yeah. No. I love Black Panther. I really did. Like, there was a certain scene where they're actually in Korea and the car like flips over and he's jumping over it and like the horns are playing, like everything just coming together. Like I just got chills.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
My biggest show is when he showed Wakanda the first time. Oh
yeah.
my gosh!
Yeah, you got the big panther statue, probably made out of vibranium.
Yeah, but it was just such amazing. It's like it's like an awe feeling. Like I know a lot of people had the same awe feeling when they watch Aquaman.
Yeah,
you know,
when you see Atlantis or whatever for the first time.
You know, it's so magical,
right.
And I'm so glad they didn't introduce Atlantis on Justice League. Well, anyway, but with Captain Marvel, I won't say it's the best movie of all the Marvel movies.
No.
I won't say it's the worst one of all.
No, absolutely.
You know, I will say it's on the good side in my part.
Yeah.
You know, in the beginning, it got really slow. To me, it was slow in the beginning. Mm-hmm. But the thing that kind of made me so furious is about Fury's origin, losing an eye.
Oh my gosh!
You know?
Yeah. So I remember you're like, go ahead, tell me, like, because if it makes you that upset, like, I want to know what it is. And I remember telling you, and you're like, oh, like you did, like it didn't seem like you thought it was that big of a deal. But then, like, when you watch it and how it happens, it's like, what?
I need to take a sip on that.
He's got to wash it down. He's got to wash that bad taste down.
It made me, you know, with all the previous Marvel movies,
it
seems like Nick Fury's like the most badass character of all the movies.
Yeah.
And then when a cat, a cat.
A flurkin, but a cat.
Yeah.
All right, it's a cat.
But it's a cat. I would say a cat. It doesn't matter. But a cat scratches eye.
And then it gets. I would imagine it gets infected or something. I don't know. Like it's just swollen. Then suddenly you see him with an eye patch, and he's making up some stupid story. And I'm just thinking, like, where is this badass Fury that I have known the entire time? I mean, he was still great. He was one of the things that made that movie. But like, what? I don't understand. Like, why would you give him such like a so-so story about losing his eye, you know? Because I don't know if you remember in the Winter Soldier, I believe it was the Winter Soldier. He was like lying in the bed, right?
Yes.
And he's like, last time I trusted someone, I lost an eye. You mean last time you trusted a cat, you lost an eye? Like,
oh my gosh!
Are you kidding me? Like, I don't feel like that cat, after everything it's done, it was just gonna scratch you and make you lose an eye for no reason at all. Like,
oh my gosh!
I feel like they were wanting to be Easter egg-ish, you know? Like, and just kind of toss it in there when it didn't need to happen. It did not need to happen.
The next, to me, it's a stupid part. The next one, when he was trying to make like a draft, making a project. Do you remember what the project called? The first time.
You know what? This is a big problem that I had with it too. I forgot to mention it in my review.
Yeah.
But
what is called? It was like
it was like the Hero Initiative or something. No,
it started with a P. At first, it started with P. Then he looked at a picture with Captain Marvel on her jet.
Her call sign, like her call name was Avenger.
Yeah.
And they're like, like the Avenger Initiative. It's a Protector Initiative.
Yeah, there we go.
The Protector Initiative,
yes.
And then they change it to like the Avenger Initiative. But I'm like, okay, that's cool, but I wish he would have thought of it himself. You know?
Yeah.
But no, like he had to revert back. Like everything had to come from Captain Marvel. And what this felt like was like, here is a prequel to the entirety of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. If you look at it, sure, it's Fury's initiative and Fury's first interaction with that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
is Captain Marvel.
Yeah,
but is he completely just ignoring the fact that they have a super soldier that is frozen in ice? Like, is he like? I mean, granted, like he doesn't know. He's not like with him right now, right?
Yeah, I totally forgot about that.
He's well, Captain America. He's still in the ice.
Yeah.
He's still in that iceberg, wherever he is.
I forgot. I said in '95. I totally forgot. It was set in '95.
Yeah, it was set in '95, but still, like,
yeah.
Like the Stark family, they knew about this stuff. He was like the first Avenger.
Yeah, and Carter too, Agent Carter.
Yeah, Agent Carter. Like Shield has had so many like interactions with these heroes and stuff already. Like I get it. It was his thing. That was his first interaction. But you can't just like act like Captain America was never there.
Yeah.
You know, like he has to be some kind of prominent part of like him making up the initiative. You know, like you get what I'm saying though. Like it's not just Captain Marvel. It is other. There's other things, but and I'm sure they're not trying to make it just about Captain Marvel, but that's what a lot of fans see. A lot of fans like they initially see, Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel was the start of everything.
Yeah,
and that's just that's not the case.
Yeah, it's you know, I would just say it's a good movie, and I understand what they're trying to do with it.
Yeah,
you know, Chris Evans, who plays Captain America. You know, he's not going to do this forever.
No,
so.
he's not. I think his last movie is coming out. We won't talk about that right now. We'll talk about that when the movie comes out.
And it's, you know, especially with Robert Downey Jr., you know, we just never know with him either.
Well, he's the heart of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And to act like, yeah, sure, he was like the first Avenger who was not in ice to be like, yeah, okay, I'll join. Sure thing, Fury.
Yeah. But so I understand they're trying to make her the face of the cinematic universe, the next face.
Something I wanted to touch on with Captain Marvel, if you hear that like it's not a good movie, people have their own opinions. I know why people don't think it's a good movie. I know like a lot of people thought this is going to be some kind of like social justice movie. Yeah. It wasn't. It really wasn't. I did not feel like it was a social justice movie. It didn't have that going for it. And you know, like I said, like a lot of times the press can kind of make things out to be a little worse than they can. Yeah. It's happened with many cases, including a topic that I want to touch on here in a sec when we're done talking about Captain Marvel. Yeah. So that's a pretty good segue. I think. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It wasn't that. You should definitely go see it. Conjure up your own opinion. Don't just take people's word for it. Don't pay attention to the reviews. People bashed it for no reason without even seeing it. There was that whole controversy. Yeah. Yeah,
it's a great movie. Don't get me wrong. It's not top of my list.
No, definitely not.
It's not bottom of my list either. Right. So
oh no, how can you beat Thor: The Dark World for being probably the worst Marvel Cinematic movie? No, not counting Incredible Hulk, because I don't like to think about that movie.
No, I think Iron Man 3 and 2.
2 is like I was more excited about 2. 3 was like, oh yeah, the Mandarin. Like we are gonna get such a good look about the Mandarin, and then I'm not. I'm just an actor. Like, are you kidding me? Like they had like Kingsley on there for nothing. Yeah, he would have been such a good man. He was so like, I don't know. He just had this feeling. Yeah. You know, I looked at the Mandarin, how I look at Thanos, and like, oh my god, like he would have been such a fantastic villain if it was actually him, but he's not actually the Mandarin. So all we know is that the Mandarin is still out there somewhere, and his whole like circle of villains and circle of bad guys do exist in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and we've actually seen them pop up a couple of times, but we haven't seen the actual Mandarin. No, so
not yet. But watch Captain Marvel, please. It's still a good movie. Really good. It'll be slow in the beginning, but at the end, it's gonna be worth it.
Yeah, the pacing is kind of clunky. I will agree with that. One thing that like my biggest issue with the entire movie.
Okay, what's that?
The Skrulls, man. My whole issue with the Skrulls is that like they are bad people. Even the comics, they are bad people. But in the movie, they're refugees. And like, you know, okay, the directors did address this. Like the directors did come out, or the people involved with the movie, directors, there's only one. The people involved with the movie, they came out and they were like, okay, so we have plans for doing a secret invasion movie, which is cool, which is where the Skrulls like kind of infiltrate Earth and you don't know who's a Skrull and who isn't. Yeah. Some Avengers are Skrulls. Yeah. Like that's really cool. That was really exciting. We finally get to see this villainous race of people introduced into the Marvel Cinematic Universe, only to figure out that like, oh, they're not bad. Well, but the way they're approaching this is that when you have a race of people, not all of them are going to be bad. Yeah. And I understand that. You know, like, look at Hela. in
Yes.
Thor Ragnarok.
Yes.
She's bad, but yet she's from with Thor. Oh, and Loki. Look at that.
Loki.
Like look. So
I love Loki.
there are a lot of exceptions, and and we finally we get a more detailed look at Jude Law's character and the Kree civilization, and we figure out that the Kree are not all that we have thought they were.
Yeah.
We thought they were this big race of protectors, and they're not. They are the bad people, and again, the whole thing was maybe not all the Kree are bad, maybe only some of the Kree are bad, but basically what we have is this group of people who are followers of Ronan the Accuser, which is from Guardians, by the way. That's cool and everything, but I don't know. My whole issue is just give us the bad scrolls we wanted. Thank you for introducing us to them. That is great, but give us the bad scrolls we wanted.
Yeah, they probably will. Who knows?
Eventually, I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope so. I hope at the end of Infinity War Part 2. Sorry, Endgame. I was so used to calling it that since they announced the movie.
Yeah.
I have to get used to calling it Endgame. Ever since they announced Endgame, I've been thinking, what is the next story arc going to be?
Yeah.
For 10 years, we have seen nothing but Infinity Stones.
Yes.
That has been the center of every movie. I want to see something new.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not dissing on the Infinity Stones. That's cool, but I'm excited. I'm excited for the next big thing.
Yeah, I'm excited for the new story lineup.
Yeah.
It's a long overdue. You could see Chris Evans, Robert Downey Jr.
Oh, it's gonna be amazing.
They're getting tired for those roles.
Oh
right
yeah,
now,
yeah,
look at Robert Downey Jr. How many movies he did in the universe?
A lot. I mean, so statistically, it's pretty interesting. Aside from team up movies, like solo movies or even team up movies, every movie that included Robert Downey Jr. in the film has done better than movies without Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah.
Of course, I haven't checked the statistic for a while. I think it was before the Black Panther came out, that was the statistic. Black Panther might have broken that. I'm really not too sure.
Yeah.
Guardians of the Galaxy was not the same.
Ragnarok.
Yeah. So obviously there have been some exceptions, but
Yeah.
at a point in time, Robert Downey Jr. was the heart of the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yeah.
He was the literal reason for all of its success.
You think? I think I'm gonna draw in something right now. I'm gonna draw in the bone.
Okay.
You think Peter Parker's could be the next face?
The leader of the next phase?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I've always thought that.
Have you seen the anime series?
Oh yeah,
Back in the 90s?
yeah. I mean, yeah.
Oh.
I mean, I haven't seen it all the way through, but
Yeah.
I'm familiar with that.
He was
I'm more familiar with the Drake Bell Peter Parker,
But he was in the center.
Yeah.
From the Avengers and from the X-Men.
Yeah.
He crossed over so many times.
Yeah, and I think that he's going to end up being the poster child that the MCU wanted to turn Captain Marvel into.
Yeah.
Because that whole thing where Captain Marvel, she's gonna be the next part of she's gonna be such a big part of this next Marvel phase. I'm thinking there's no way you can't introduce us to a new character and immediately just make us think she's the next big thing, she's it. I don't really think Captain Marvel's gonna end up being that poster child that they want, and it's definitely gonna be Peter Parker.
I'm pretty sure it might be Peter Parker.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, but speaking on the Marvel Cinematic Universe, there's something I wanted to touch on real fast. Back to when I was saying the press they just make things much bigger than they really were. James Gunn was reinstated as the director for Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
Yeah, I wonder who made that decision. I know it's Marvel. I wonder who.
Well, I mean, Disney, overall, I mean, they're the head honchos. Disney ultimately was like, "Hey, Marvel, cut him. He's done."
Yeah, well, but Marvel Studios, they were still behind him, right?
I'm not sure. That's something I did because Marvel is technically still a part of Disney. So when they say Disney, I don't know if they're talking about Marvel, if they're the grand scheme of things. I'm not too sure, but I'm really excited for that. I don't want to touch on this too long because I'm sure if you guys are familiar with the situation, you don't want to hear us drag on for too long about him being reinstated. But that's really exciting to me. I am so excited. And I guess the last thing I wanted to say about it was they had their mind made up for a while.
Yeah.
So Disney already knew he was going to be back on the cast. Everyone knew James Gunn was going to be back on directing his movie. And they probably did it because they couldn't get anyone else to take it. They asked so many Marvel directors that, hey, you want to do this? Hey, you want to do this? And I'm like, no, we're not going to touch James Gunn's baby. Like, no, we're not going to do that.
I know they did ask one director.
They did. They asked directors. Like, they asked a ton of people.
The one who's more familiar, was it the Aquaman director?
No. It wasn't James Wan. Yeah, it was Ragnarok director.
Sorry.
Yeah, he said no, I am not touching that movie.
Really?
Yeah, he's like, it's James' movie. It's his movie. You know, like, I don't want to touch it. I don't want to ruin it.
Yeah, I know Bautista was pretty sour.
Oh, he was so upset. I remember the tweets. Like, it was ridiculous. But I'm glad he's back on. That's the last thing I wanted to say about it.
Excited for Volume 3.
Oh, that's gonna be really good. Yeah,
it's gonna be really good. Mm-hmm. Oh man, wow.
Yeah,
that's one of the current events.
Something I wanted to talk about, another current event. And I am so excited about this. I'm just as excited as James Gunn, like, being reinstated as the director. The Halo Master Chief Collection is being released on PC. Oh, thank God. Thank God. 343 is like finally doing something.
Man, it's the first time since Halo 2
that they've done something right.
No, Halo 2, they released Halo 2 on PC before.
Really?
I think it was 2 or 1.
It was definitely one. Definitely one.
I think it was 1. Yeah, my bad.
I don't know if it was 2. Well, I don't know. Like, I only had an Xbox at that time, so I played everything on Xbox. So
no, actually,
I know Combat Evolved was released for PC because they had like a pirated version back in the day whenever you couldn't get the copies for it anymore.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to think because I know in the PC version they have the flamethrower, which the Xbox version does not.
Yeah. Well, I know Russia had a couple of Halo games. I think they were canceled in development though. So
yeah, but anyway, yeah. So
it's so cool. Ecstatic. It's so cool, and they're adding not only to the console version, but they're also adding it to the PC. They're coming out with Halo Reach as well, which is one of my favorite guns. Yes. Yeah, it's one of my favorites. It's great. I played that game so much, and what's really exciting is that they're going to go through every game one by one, and like make sure that it transfers over as smoothly as possible to PC. And I really think like this is one big thing they have listened to fans and like, you know what? I watched this really funny interview with one of the lead devs from 343, and he's like, somewhere on Reddit on a forum, they were like, if you give us the Halo games on PC, we will send you a pizza. So he was sitting there and he was eating pizza like on the IGN interview. I think it was IGN. Like he was eating pizza there, and I was like, you know what? He finally listened to the fans. They finally like took into consideration like everything that we've wanted out of the Halo games. Yeah, and they're giving it to us. And it's great. They're gonna go through every single one of them, and they're not gonna release them as a whole and have them all be clunky and rushed. They're going to go through. Release Reach, let us play it. Release 1, let us play it. Release 2, 3, and so on. Whatever they decide. So it's going to come out in installments. It's not going to come out all together.
Oh yeah.
But I am okay. I am totally okay buying those games a second time. Yeah. I mean, like, you guys can yell at me for wanting to buy the same game twice. I've done it before, you know. But this is something I'm incredibly excited about. I'd be more than willing to buy those games a second time. I think it's gonna be great. I'm so excited.
Again, you know, come on, Final Fantasy fans, you buy that same game like 4 or 5 times already.
Yeah, though that's true. That's true. You bought the first one. You bought the additional one that was pretty much the first one, just slightly changed. You bought the HD remaster. You bought the remake. And now you're buying the online version of the game. I don't know. Yeah, you get it, Final Fantasy fans. You get it. I'm right there with you. I'm right there with you.
So many times we done it. We bought like 3 or 4 copies.
I'm trying to hide the fact that like I am definitely going to like buy probably my 4th copy of Final Fantasy 7 whenever the remake comes out.
Oh
but it's
gosh.
a little bit different. It's gonna be a different game.
No, I'm still waiting for the remake of Final Fantasy 8.
7's where it's at, man. I don't know where you're going.
8 was amazing, except for the Junction. Drawing spells, whatever. I hate it. But anyway.
Okay. So here we are.
Yeah.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put some of these photos in here, like I probably cut from this and like show you everything that's going on. That way you can kind of get more of a detailed view. But also, like, that's nice. We have this screen here for a reason. So, what this is I want to talk a little bit about Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. I am so excited for this, and I've been excited about everything. It's just been a good day, man. Like I've been excited about everything I've been talking about.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and not that many people talk about it, which is great. So,
well, except for all the Disney heads, like all the crazy, like the Disney pie. Oh, they are all over this. But like, I'm sure in stuff like our podcast, probably not a whole lot of people are really touching.
Yeah, some people love Disney.
Yeah, and
you never know. I'm just excited just to look at these pictures. Actually.
Oh yeah, so I'm going to show you. I'm going to go over like a couple of the rides. I watched this interview with this woman who is from the Travel and Leisure, I believe, the magazine. Basically, it was her job to go in and critique what Disney was doing with this park. And, Star Wars is very, very... I treasure Star Wars. I love it very much. And it's a very treasured franchise amongst thousands and thousands, millions of people.
Yeah.
So Disney has the weight of the world, like, weighing down on them, like... What are they gonna do with this?
Yeah,
they have to get this right, or they're upset like millions of fans, And I think, I really, really, really think they have something on their hands. Like I think it's gonna be phenomenal. I can't wait. So basically, they have two attractions over in the park. It's not a separate park. It's just an addition to a park.
Yeah,
and they have Smuggler's Run and Rise of the Resistance. Those are like the two main attractions, which really like all you need to know is just a couple of attractions and like some shops and some places to eat. And it looks so immersive. It's crazy. Inside there is like the Rise of the Resistance is something that takes place on like a base of the First Order.
Yeah.
As you can see, probably like up here in the corner, kind of like right up there, you can kind of see it takes place in like some kind of a fleet. I don't know, some ship. It's in space, okay? That's all. Some base, and I don't know the exact details, of course. And then they have the Smuggler's Run, which includes the Millennium Falcon and a mission that you have to partake in. And actually, if you can mess it up.
Yeah.
So there's multiple outcomes to Smuggler's Run. The only pictures I have of that in here, and by the way, guys, if you want to go check these out for yourself, this is called www.wdmagic.com. You can go there. They have a lot of galleries and a lot of really cool forums. You can kind of find some more information, some more detail on this. But yeah, so I'm gonna show you. I'm just gonna hop right into it. I'm gonna show you some pictures. So
wow.
This is like actually one of the hallways of the ride, or it could be a track. Like if you look down here, you can kind of see some track marks.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is a hallway, if this is like a part of the ride track. I'm not entirely sure.
TIE fighter.
Oh yeah, no.
Snap.
Look at this. This is crazy. Like the fact that it's lifelike, it's life size. That is insane to me.
I wonder you get the chance to get in it.
The detail is insane. That is so crazy.
I'm just hoping you could sit down on it. Sit down in it.
Or yeah, go on and check it out. So here you get a little look at the ride vehicles. I believe it's a trackless ride. So what that means, it's on wheels, right? And the ride utilizes sensors on each side of the walls to kind of like figure out where the vehicle is.
Yeah.
So instead of tracks, you can go wherever you want, wherever the ride takes you.
Yeah.
So you have some AT-ATs here, and they look lifelike, life size. I don't know how big they're going to end up being. I don't know if they're actually going to be like a physical, like replications of it, or if it's going to be like a projection, a screen. I don't know. It looks really cool. That's all that matters. That looks insane.
Wow.
And I'll toss these pictures up in the podcast too, the way you guys kind of look at it. And this is also a part taken from the ride as well.
Yeah.
So all of like everything that they're shown here is a part of the ride.
Yeah.
And that's crazy. And I'll hop over to find some pictures of Smuggler's Run here, which like I said, like the really cool thing about that is you can mess up.
Yeah.
You are given this task, right?
Yeah.
I'll get back to it eventually. You are given this task, and basically what you're supposed to do is deliver some package to the Resistance, something like that, I would imagine. That seems to be along the lines of like what we're picking up from. If you fail the mission, obviously they don't get the package, right? And you're a huge disgrace to the entire Star Wars galaxy.
Yeah.
The funny thing is, people in the park, the people working there, they're gonna know.
Oof.
The bartender, over the cantina, he's gonna know you failed that mission.
Oh.
I don't know how. It probably has to do something with like the magic bands that you wear. If you guys are familiar with going to Disney, you know what the magic bands are. They're your digital tickets that you wear on your wrist.
Yeah.
They've used that kind of technology with Test Track. You know, you can carry the data of your car that you build and Test Track around with you in the park.
Yeah.
I think that's how they're going to do it. I think they're going to store information like you failed the run. Nice try redeeming yourself.
Oh man.
And I've just heard the immersion is so cool. Touching on the cantina a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Let's look at some of the.
Look at the picture. Yeah. You know, since we are the two brews guys, you know. Woo.
Yeah.
You know what I'm hoping, guys? You know, I'm hoping for like a green milk alcohol.
Oh, okay, all right. I don't know if it's gonna be an alcohol, but look
it
at
better be,
that!
yeah.
Look at that! Oh my gosh, they got the blue milk and the green milk.
Oh.
Luke Skywalker, he's rolling in his grave right now, looking at this stuff. This is great.
Gosh.
I hope Mark Hamill's gonna be at the opening and actually drink some blue milk and just like in the Last Jedi.
You know? Oh, look at that!
Look at that stuff. That looks so good. Some of this is alcoholic, some of it is non-alcoholic, of course. From experience, I know that like Pandora, they have an alcoholic version and a non-alcoholic version of like drinks. I think it's going to be like one or the other. I don't know. You could probably get them in multiple ways. Check out this food.
Oh my god!
They tried their best.
Hey Simba, come here. Don't worry about him. It's our guest. We did introduce our guest.
Oh yeah, no, our guest. His name is Simba. He's a sweet dog. He loves getting up and giving you a couple kisses.
But anyway, yeah, let's go back to the index of pictures.
Yeah, sure.
I want to show the fans about. Yeah, let's click on that.
Oh, click on this. Oh yeah,
my
sure.
God. There's actually Mexicans in Star Wars, you know. Oh my gosh!
Wow. They're the sand people, right?
You know,
yeah.
You know, man. You know the actor Diego Luna, man. He brought his culture in Star Wars.
No, this looks really cool. They did a lot to make sure the food looked themed and like it looked like something you weren't eating. What I have heard is that all the food has like a spice to it. Oh, check this out. This is cool. I didn't pull this picture up. Look, what is going on here? I don't know what that is, but that's very interesting. They got some like weird boba balls and all that stuff.
And it might be Jello.
It might be. I don't know what Star Wars has a Jello shots. Man, is that what you're telling me?
Oh man.
You got some more of the food here.
Oh,
like that just looks really good. Like I said, I've heard it has a ton of spice. Not a ton of spice, but like, oh wow, like it's spicy. Like, that's the signature thing to the food in Star Wars. I'll show some desserts too.
Wow.
Yeah, like that's intense.
Yeah. Oh, look at that detail. I wonder what's.
They have like a press. I believe that is a. I want to say this is like a matcha something. It's green. I don't know. They didn't get to try it whenever they went there. This is like a raspberry filled chocolate cake something. Yeah. I don't know what it is. It looks so good. I don't know if this is supposed to be moss or what it actually is.
Yeah.
But it looks like the galaxy. That's kind of interesting. It looks like it's got like some stars, some galaxy. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Let me hop back in here. Get an overview. I think they have some pictures of the actual cantina itself and like what it's gonna look like.
Oh wow!
Just some pictures that they've been sneaking into like D23 and like they've been releasing to the public. So all this is stuff that you can find on websites and in journals. Here's some concept art for the cantina.
Yeah,
which is very cool. You have your like little exit right over here. So
what park they tore down for this?
So they took out Lights Motors Action. It was a big stunt show over in Hollywood Studios.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was wondering.
That was a big part of it. They also tore down the Honey I Shrunk the Kids play area. Which is like the whole thing is like you were shrunk down to a certain size and you got to like play in the leaves. It was cool when I was a kid. But this is much cooler. Thank you, Disney. One more dish I wanted to show before I hop off the food here. I don't know what this is. It looks really good.
It looks like tofu. Who knows? It might be tofu.
Fried Endorian tip yip. It's
chicken.
chicken. It's chicken. Yeah.
Sorry,
you have to read it down here. Yeah.
Covering it. Sorry, guys.
Yeah. No. Fried Endorian tip yip. That looks really good. That looks really good.
I really thought it was tofu.
Oh, you really thought? Oh, I mean, it kind of has like the tofu shape to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me hop back over to the photos. We can look up some more stuff. Touch a little bit on the shops and the kind of merch you can buy there. You can get sabers, and now they're not the sabers that we're familiar with, right? They're not those plastic sabers.
Oh, okay.
I've heard they're like metal handles with like plastic blades that you can actually fight with, and I believe I want to say like the price for them is like $150 maybe. I don't know.
Metal handle.
They said the best way to think about this is the Harry Potter wand experience.
Yeah.
But it's not the same. Like, think of it as a very personalized thing, right? They've got the crystals, they've got everything, but it's not quite the same. So they're not trying to make it a Harry Potter replica or anything like that.
There. Oh wow!
Little
look at that detail.
Little thing about the I don't know if these are stands or if they go on the belt. I don't know what they are. They hold the sabers, and I believe you can just screw the blades in when you want them in. So it's going to be a very, very, very crazy park. The crowds are going to be absolutely insane. Oh my gosh, the crowds are going to be ridiculous.
Yeah, actually. I'll be excited for this. Actually, I never been to Disney World in Orlando.
You can go to the one in Anaheim though.
Oh, they have an Anaheim?
Oh yeah. They're
really?
going to have an Anaheim. Yeah, they have a Disneyland version.
Okay.
Just a little bit from like the construction. I don't know when this was taken actually. December 17th, 2018.
Wow, it's almost recent. Oh, not recent.
Well, yeah, a couple months ago. It's pretty recent. I haven't seen anything since. I don't know where this was like taken. I worked at Hollywood Studios.
Yeah.
I don't want to give away all the Disney trade secrets, of course, but I will say that there was a point where you could actually see what was going on over in Galaxy's Edge.
Yeah.
And that was like pretty. Oh shoot, you can see everything from this point, and they can't really block it off because they need it back there. So I didn't get to see this much. I never took any pictures. Of course, I wanted to respect privacy and everything. I don't want to leak anything. Of course, I was working there. So yeah, just let me get back into this picture here. Just kind of like keep your eye out for what's going on here. If you guys are really interested in this, I would give it some time because the crowds are going to be crazy. Like the crowds are going to be absolutely ridiculous. So, but just kind of keep in mind, hey, in a couple of years, I'd like to go here because I doubt you're gonna have a good time with the crowd levels that are expected for this thing.
Yeah,
it's crazy. I don't know how they're gonna handle it. They're gonna go to fast pass lines for these rides, so everyone's gonna go through one line, but that line's still gonna be like over 6 hours long. Yeah. They're probably gonna hit park capacity every day.
Oh man.
So yeah.
Well, let's see how that goes.
We'll go from there. Yeah. But I'd say that pretty much wraps up the topics, or for that we have time for at least.
Yeah, I did enjoy this first episode with you, Connor. So hopefully,
I think that pretty much does it for today, man.
Yeah. So many more to come.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, and stay
Cheers,
tuned for
pal.
the next episode.
Oh, Simba's got it.
Oh yeah,
perfect ending, buddy.
Perfect time.
Cheers.
Cheers.